What is up, ET? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to evolve all these special evolutions in the Teal Mask DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy my guides. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Now, before we going in, I do want to say that all the new Pokemon are catchable in Terra raids, including these last form Pokemon that have weird evolution methods. Like Politoed is an example. Politoed is in 5-star and 6-star raids, only found in the Teal Mask DLC region. Same with like Golem, Conch Elder, and all those guys. So if any of these methods are too difficult for you to actually do, you feel free to go online and join someone's raid or host your own raid, as they will spawn in 5 and 6-star raids. You can also buy a majority of the stones that you'll need for these evolutions. Fire, Thunder, Leaf, and Water stones are purchasable at the Delibird Presence. Now, if the Delibird Presence doesn't have the item that you need for an upcoming evolution, the auction house will have some of the more rarer items like a dust stone. So if you want to go to the auction house, which is going to be right at the port right over here, they will sell things like that. But of course, if you just run around in the general main game map, you can find certain stones, like moonstones are in the wild as well. Starting off with our thunderstone evolutions, you can use a thunderstone to evolve both the Charge-a-Bug into a Vikavolt. Now, once again, you can catch these guys in raids, but you can actually catch a wild Terra Vikavolt just hanging out in the world too. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. Probopass is something that you would either need to do a raid or evolve a Nosepass with a Thunderstone. So that's really cool that you don't have to, bring it to a magnetic rock like you had to in past games. You can now just use a stone and get that beautiful, ever-loving Probopass. What a fantastic Pokemon that I totally do not hate here. Now, that's not it for our only stone evolutions. We do have a couple more. We have Leaf Stones, and we use the Leaf Stone to evolve Weeping Bell into Victory Bell. I don't know if you can actually catch a wild Victory Bell in the... I don't think I've seen a Terra one, but there, of course, are in raids as well. Victory Bell, glad this Pokemon is back, looking great as always. Another good one. That's not our only Leaf Stone evolution, though. We do have a Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf can evolve into Shiftry. Fun fact about Shiftry, they actually removed its ability Early Bird, and they actually gave it Wind Rider. So this Pokemon actually might be good in maybe competitive singles or something like that if you're very interested in using a Shiftry. We've got one new Fire evolution, Firestone evolution, and that is going to be Vulpix, which you can evolve into Ninetales. Now, the Alolan Pokemon did come back, but you're not catchable in game. But if you use an Ice Stone on an Alolan Vulpix, you can also get the Alolan Ninetales like this as well. Now, we got our Water Stone evolutions, and we got two of them. We got Poliwhirl into Poliwrath, one of the two options of this line right here. Honestly, going to be a pretty relatively easy shiny hunt from what I have checked out. Poliwrath does look pretty phenomenal in this game. Also learned Dynamic Punch, but no, thank you. Love this Pokemon design, honestly. And then we can also use a Water Stone on Lombre to evolve it into Ludicolo. I am a little bit disappointed in Ludicolo in this game. They did remove its idle dance animation when it's like just chilling in your box, or when you go over it. Like, look at this. Like what is this? What is this little dance? It's just like bouncing its feet. I don't know. This is definitely a downgrade on Ludicolo right there. Now, we can use a Moonstone to evolve Clefairy into Clefable. You can get Moonstones in the auction house area. You can get them, I believe, in South Province Area 3, just running around. I know there's a static one that spawns there. For some reason, I have like 40 Moonstones. So if you just play in the game, you should probably have a lot of Moonstones out here. But that's how you're going to be able to get Clefable. And our next stone evolution is a little bit more annoying, but you can use a Dust Stone on Lampent to evolve into Chandelure. Now, this one is a little bit harder to get. You do get a Dust Stone from the Dex, so you can do that. You can also get one, I believe, in the Ghost City Gym area too. But of course, you can just catch Chandelure in a raid if that's a little bit hard for you. Next up are Happiness evolutions. These Pokemon evolve when they reach a certain threshold of happiness, and then on level up, they'll actually evolve. Now, a really good method that I learned from my pal Chains you can just use 40 large experience candies on a Pokemon, and it will guarantee them evolving. That's just enough happiness, because feeding them items like vitamins and candies increases their happiness in general. So if you have candies to spare like I do, been farming raids, this is the easiest way. But if you don't have candies, you can feed them vitamins. You don't have vitamins, you can like run around with them, have them in your team, and when they eventually, you know, you battle Pokemon, whether they're the team leader or not, they'll gain some happiness points as well. But that's how you get Cleffa into Clefable. And we can just do the same thing for Munchlax into Snorlax. Super easy. Once again, of course, you can catch all these Pokemon in raids if you really need to. There is a shiny Munchlax in the game from Ogre Alston when you beat a hard level 10 on it. So, you know, if you do have that shiny, this is how you get your shiny Munchlax into a shiny Snorlax like that. And next up is going to be Chingling, which evolves into Chimecho. We're once again pump another 40 into that. Chimecho is relatively easy to catch, though. But of course, you know, if you caught a shiny Chingling and want to evolve into a shiny Chimecho, you're going to have to do this very fast and simple. Very easy. And we have one last one to do. And our last Pokemon that we're going to be doing is actually Swadloon. I did not realize Swadloon evolved into Levany on happiness. So that was something I learned. I totally forgot about that. For some reason, I thought it was a Leaf Stone. But yeah, Swadloon evolves into Levany. Just use those 40 large experience candies. And there you go. And next up is move evolutions. And how these work is they evolve when you level them up when they know a certain move. So for Apom here, to evolve into Ambipom, you need to have the move Double Hit learned on it. So just replace any move with Double Hit. And of course, if it's already learned it and it doesn't have it, you can just remember it by going into your dex. For Piloswine, we can do the same thing. We need to have the move Ancient Power on Piloswine to evolve into Mamoswine. So just remove any move. And then lastly, we're going to need Yanma to also know Ancient Power to evolve into Yanmega. I think these evolutions are honestly pretty cool. Some of these shinies are really nice. I think the Yanma shiny is going to be pretty sweet. So once you have the right move on them, all you got to do is go back to your box, pop a rare candy on them just to guarantee that level up, or any sort of other candy. And you'll be able to get your evolution pretty immediately here. So we got Apom, which is a Pokemon Violet exclusive, by the way. So if you are a Scarlet player, I would recommend trying to get this from a raid, and then you can just easily evolve it. Pretty simple overall. And there's Ambipom. Not a big fan of that Pokemon in general. And then Piloswine with Ancient Power is now should evolve into Mamoswine. Honestly, I love how Piloswine looks in this game. Mamoswine looks pretty nice as well. This is a very good model. Definitely a big fan of this Pokemon. It's a very strong Pokemon too. Funny enough, like Ancient Power is just absolutely terrible move on this Pokemon. So really can't use it for anything. And then lastly, we got Yanma, the Yanmega here. Looking cool. Honestly, Yanma, I'm glad this thing had an evolution in Gen 4. Yanmega is a pretty dope Pokemon. It looks pretty badass for sure. Now for our item evolutions, we're going to begin with Gligar. And Gligar is only in Pokemon Scarlet. And to evolve this, you're going to need to have a Razor Fang and then have it be nighttime and then level it up. Now, if you're in Pokemon Violet, you can get one of these by whether trading or completing an online raid for a Gligar, because you can still join Scarlet raids. Now, you get a Razor Fang by completing part of the Kitakami dex. You can also find them on the ground in Kitakami, and also by doing the Ogre Ostin minigame in the Teal Mask DLC as a high reward. I think over 7,000 points, you have a chance of actually getting one. Now, to evolve Applin to its new form, Diplin, you just use the CRP apple that you can purchase for 500 in the most southeastern part of the Kitakami region. This is how, honestly, Diplin, pretty cool Pokemon. And fun facts, there's going to be more stuffs with Diplin in the second DLC, so I highly recommend it. But if you want to know the exact map region of where to buy the CRP apples, most southeastern part in the Mossfell Confecture right here, on like this little apple orchard area, there's gonna be a little shop, and you can just buy this straight up right here. Next up is going to be Poltergeist, and to evolve your Poltergeist, you're gonna have to either use one of the teacup items for it. And we have the Unremarkable Teacup, which you can use on this Poltergeist. You can find one in the wild, and to find one in the wild right here is we're just going to go to the land of Kitakami in the Paradise Barrens flying point, and right from this sign right here, going to go directly to your right, and you can find the item in this cave. Now, if you have the authentic one, the masterpiece variant of this, you will not be able to use the unremarkable teacup. You will need to get the other teacup item that can be found over in the Timeless Woods, right over in this region. And to get the masterpiece teacup, all you got to do is find the Snorlax cave, destroy him. He does come back, so don't feel bad. And this item right here will be the masterpiece teacup. This will only work once again on the Poltergeist that is the artesian form, but because ours isn't, we can just use the unremarkable teacup to get this evolution, and we can just use it on him like a regular stone item. And there we go. We're gonna get ourselves Sinishot. Sinishot, actually really good Pokemon, could be really good in VGC, has a very good moveset, so I recommend getting this Pokemon and experimenting with it. Now for another weird evolution, White Stripe Basculin evolves into Basculegion. To note, female and male do have different stats when you evolve them to a Basculegion. So I personally prefer the male one. I think that one is better. It's better on the physical side. And the female one's better on the special side, but it has a better physical attacking move pool for sure. But how to evolve this thing is you need to use a self-damaging move that has recoil. So you need to use something like Wave Crash and Double Edge or Head Smash. These moves deal damage to the user. And this Pokemon evolves when leveled up after taking 294 total damage from recoil moves. Now, you cannot faint. If you do faint when trying to evolve Basculin into Basculegion, and all those like HP stacks that you gather from multiple fights will go away, and you'll have to redo the entire process. So make sure that you start every fight at full HP and use your one move that one hit KOs. And these moves take a decent chunk from you, but you know, as long as you're at full HP and you knock them out in one hit, you're gonna be good to go. But just as a reminder, you do want to hit both male and female Basculegion. So if you're going to be shiny hunting, you're going to have to do this twice. Now, lastly are the trade evolutions, and these are relatively easy, especially if you use the trade codes online here to trade them. Of course, you don't even need the DLC to do these trade codes either, so you can just do them as well. As a reminder, you can also catch all the final forms of these Pokemon in 5-star and 6-star raids as well, if you don't want to do this either. So the ones that just evolve via trade evolution, no items, is Phantump, Graveler, and Girder, that are the new additions, of course, Haunter as well. Poliwhirl needs to hold a King's Rock to evolve into Politoed. Now, you can actually buy a King's Rock from the Delibird presence in Messagoza, as it's a battle item King's Rock, but you do give it a Poliwhirl, it will evolve as well. Another Pokemon that evolves is going to be Dusclops with a Reaper Cloth. You can find a Reaper Cloth in the wild. You can get a Reaper Cloth from the Kitakami Dex by completing it. And you can also do the Mochi minigame for an unlimited amount of Reaper Cloths as well, if you're interested in that. And this is a held item, so when you trade, have the Dusclops hold it, and then evolve into Dust Noir. And then lastly is Feebas into Milotic. Prism Scale. You can get a Prism Scale in the wild. You can get one from the Kitakami Dex by just completing it. You can also get unlimited Prism Scales from the Mochi mini game. Give the Feebas the Prism Scale, trade it over, and evolve into Milotic. And that is all the evolutions for the DLC. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you did, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time.